Never fear of missing out by clicking that subscribe button and becoming another member of the Babylonian family.
What is up, Babylonians? Welcome to the first video of a new series where we're going to be showing you how to run each and every expedition. It's not going to be the exact, the fastest way of doing things. I'm going to admit now, we're not going to be doing speedruns. But what we are going to be showing you is the locations of the enemies, where to possibly best position yourself, where to look for enemy spawns, showing you the focal points of each map, so you'll be able to see where they will be coming from, where they might try and flank you, and just really how to actually get the expedition done in a decent time and to manage to be able to survive as best you can. Let's get into it. So, what can you expect from Chem Plant Stage 1? So we have a look at this overview here. So, as you can see, we have a hunter that is standing upon a ledge to the middle left, and then there are 5 enemies within that central area as well that you'll need to be looking out for. Now, I've marked the player character there in green just to avoid confusion as to why there are 7 characters showing on the screen there. So you'll see that you'll come down from the bottom up to that first barrier, which is where then you should start getting shot at. Let's move over to the actual gameplay now and see how this first section is done by myself. So, probably not the smoothest, but it's acceptable. Now, moving over here to section 2 of this part of the map, so you'll see that there are 2 places that you can actually enter this section here. So mark these here in green. Now, personally, I'll always go into the bottom right one, because with this, you then set yourself up for taking out the initial elite that spawns. Plus, you'll be then looking directly at one of the main spawn points on this section, where the enemies will be dropping down onto you. So as you can see with these red markers here, these are the spawn points that you'll be finding here. And you want to focus on the right hand side first, personally, then checking the left hand side, but also keeping an eye behind, just so you don't get flanked from behind through the gates that do open. You will find that if you do go through the right hand side with the metal sheet that falls into the first section, with the elite standing behind it, you will find that the enemies will start to come through the gate on the left, trying to get to flank you from behind. So if you do feel you're taking a bit too long to kill the enemies that are dropping down on the right hand side, keep an eye behind, just because they will come and flank you. They're the melee class characters, so they will do quite a lot of damage if they do get up close and personal to you. So into the next section here. So it's not the best of screenshots, I'm afraid, but it's the best one I could get just to try and show off as much of this section as possible. So with the section down here on green, it is where you actually come in through. But as you can see, my player character model has actually gone down the stairs there. But if we show you here, these are the spawn points you need to look out for. So you've got the elite captain up the stairs on the left, and then further along, you've got a little drop down where there's going to be a few, I think it's the bulwarks that come through there towards you. Then down the stairs, you've got that little section there where, again, captains and a few little boys will come after you. Then on the right-hand side, there's a few riflemen, or little boys as I like to call them. They'll be trying to shoot you, and then at the very far end, with those giant gates, again, right at the end, that's where you'll then be getting spawns coming through for you. So upon entering the room through the gates, I like to take out the elites first on the left hand side. So get rid of that captain. Make sure, obviously, avoiding as many explosions as possible. Getting rid of these berserkers, sorry, not bulwarks. We don't want their shotguns to get up close to us, so taking them out as quickly as possible. Another captain has walked up the stairs here, but then you do have the ones that spawn behind as well. So just to the right is where they usually come up, but that one obviously decided to take a different route. Then just taking out the spawns down at the very end as quickly as possible. So once you've taken out enough enemies, you'll be able to see that the doors will open at the end. So it won't be all of the enemies, but a fair portion of them. Within these doors, you will find that there is a captain, a vanguard captain, a juggernaut captain, and a lot of breachers that you will not want to allow them to get close to you. So take those out as fast as possible. Take out the captains. Job's a good one with that one. Once you finish wiping out the rest of the enemies in that section, you can just head on down those stairs, past those captains that you just killed. Now this is what you'll see as you go through that door that you've just opened. 2 options: straight ahead, open area, full of elites, and then you've got to your right, a bit more of a closed off area, a few barricades that you can hide behind, a few bits of machinery kind of thing that you can hide behind, but there will still be a lot of enemies spawning around yourself, so there's not really a lot of cover in this section in honesty, but there is enough that you can survive. So what I would suggest here is actually going to the right in this section here, taking out as many of the riflemen etc that you can in there. There will be the odd elite that will spawn in there. Try and build up your damage so then you can take out the captains that are spawning in the sort of wide open area. Now the one thing you do need to look out for, so in this right section here, so you're not just clearing out all of the riflemen and the breachers, you've also got to keep an eye out. As you can see on the map, there's an elite behind me, so it's the ironclad. So kill them as quick as possible. The easiest way is actually to break their armor by meleeing them. Not doing that here, but his armor's gone and then he just melts. Now looking back at this overview, you can see at the far end there are 2 openings in the walls. So up these stairs here, you will need to keep an eye out for the riflemen that will come from here. So these are sort of later in the stage. So once you've cleared out the middle section and some of the right hand side as well, then they will start to come from there. So if you can kill them quickly, if you can use something that will kill groups, so another area of effect, then you can get rid of them nice and fast. Now once you have managed to get all of these enemies defeated, what you need to look out for is obviously the progression up onto the next stage. So on the right hand side you'll see there's a door there, so that will now become available to unlock. So if we have a look now, you'll see behind us, so where we just came from, the enemies are going to start spawning here. The doors have just opened. So the 2 focal points that we're looking at now are behind these 2 red boxes. So the one you need to actually focus on really is the left hand side. So don't worry too much about the right hand side. You'll find that there are some elites that spawn there, but the easiest enemies are actually on the left hand side. If you take those out, and there's a short period, once you've taken those out, you have to just wait and the elevator or the door behind you will open. So no need to worry about actually taking out all of the enemies. Just focus on those left ones. Once they're done, just make sure that you survive until the door opens, pop on through. Once your whole team, so if you're playing solo, once you're in there, the doors will then close. If you're waiting for your teammates, like sometimes we are, then the doors will then close once all of you are in that elevator. So as you can see here, a nice overview of the map as you come through the elevator. So kill the enemies that I've frozen there. Once you've killed them, you have a prompt to deactivate the core. Once you've done that, a short cutscene, and then you'll start to see some doors will start to open. So the first door that you're going to come across is this one here. So it's just on the left hand side as you come through the elevator. So it's the large door there. That will open up. It will contain some of the alphas and some of the venomous. So if you kill those, and then as you can see on the minimap to your left, you have quite a few of the little boys that come after you as well. Get rid of those. Once those have been defeated, then you can move on to the next door, which opens, which is this one here, which is just to the right of that first door that opens. Now this one contains some alphas again, but also it contains one of the beautiful behemoths. So if you take out those, again, along with the little boys that come after you, then you'll be moving on to the next doors. So for these next doors, what you want to do is look back towards where you just came out of the elevator. You've got 2 small doors either side. The one on the right hand side is the one that opens first, so you'll get a few enemies coming out of there, but very soon after, so it's only a few seconds after, the left door opens and the enemies will start to spawn there as well. So these ones are mostly going to be enemies that are going to try and get up close to you and take you out. So you've got the cutthroats and the breachers, so shotguns and melee. But you do also have the cremators in there, which can shoot from range, so just be wary of the enemies coming up close. You don't need to worry too much about the cremator initially, I'd say. Get those ones that are chasing you down first, then concentrate on the cremator afterwards. So now moving on to the final room here. So we have this brood matron. So what you want to try and do is take out this brood matron as quickly as possible. So for me, personally, I'll try and do as much damage as I can with my blighted rounds first, then take out some of the little guys that are coming at you, replenish your ammo, increase your killing spree, and then move back to the brood matron, again doing as much damage as possible, replenish the ammo, back to the brood matron, rinse and repeat. And once you have defeated all of these enemies in here, that is Chem Plant in a nutshell, completed. Now if you've managed to make it to the end of the video, thank you very much, and I would love it if you left us a like, a comment, tell us your thoughts, subscribe to us, and of course hit that bell so you don't miss any uploads from ourselves. Enjoy.